Peppa Pig is full of strange details that raise uncomfortable questions. Tiny things you probably missed, big things the show refuses to explain, and some that are just straight up disturbing. So let's start with the most alarming one, a 2-year-old who clearly knows too much. Edmund Elephant.
Edmund Elephant is a clever clogs.
There's a strange detail in Peppa Pig that most people don't notice at first, and that detail is Edmund Elephant, the child prodigy. In the Peppa Pig world, most toddlers giggle, dribble, repeat the word dinosaur on loop, and burst into tears if their balloon floats away. And then there's Edmund, 2 years old, casually explaining to Grampy Rabbit, who has visited the moon and still isn't sure why gravity works differently on the moon.
The gravitational pull is smaller on the moon.
To be fair, Edmund comes from a smart household. His mom's a scientist, his dad's a dentist, and his sister Emily is normal. But whatever's going on with Edmund, it's clearly operating several levels above the rest of the family, because he doesn't just know facts, he knows oddly specific adult-level details. Dinosaurs, not just names, eras.
Triceratops lived in the Cretaceous period. The Stegosaurus was Jurassic. They would not have walked together.
Clouds, he classifies them.
It's called a stratocumulus.
Tomato, is it a fruit or a vegetable? He brings up the 19th century New York import tax law to explain.
Some people think a tomato is a fruit because it has seeds. But in the 19th century, the Port Authority of New York classified tomatoes as vegetables.
Wow, name one other 2-year-old like him. And of course, Edmund clearly loves being called a clever clogs. But deep down, that's not enough. He doesn't want to be known as smart. He wants to be known as a child prodigy. And in the Children's Festival episode, he finally says it out loud. The kids are in a craft tent making paper dragons when Miss Rabbit casually mislabels mythical creatures. And Edmund does what he always does, corrects an adult. Miss Rabbit turns to Edmund and says,
"You're a bit of a clever clogs, aren't you?"
Which would be a cute moment, except Edmund calmly corrects her again.
Actually, the correct term is child prodigy.
Because clever clogs is for amateurs. Edmund came to win Nobel Prizes before snack time. Evie Pig. Have you noticed there's something a little different about Evie Pig? Right there on her cheek, clear as day, is a tiny heart-shaped mark. Now, from a behind-the-scenes point of view, the reason seems obvious enough. Evie's going to grow up fast, and before long, she'll look exactly like Peppa, so the creators needed something, anything, to tell them apart. Enter the heart cheek. Fair enough, but here's where it gets strange. Inside the world of Peppa Pig, nobody ever mentions it, not even the narrator, who usually explains things like why the sun is hot or why Daddy Pig falls over. So what's the in-universe explanation? Is it a birthmark that everyone's just politely ignoring? Did she inherit it from a paternal grandparent we've never met, or the mysterious great aunt Evie she was named after? The show never tells us. And honestly, whatever the explanation is, one thing's certain, that little heart makes Evie instantly recognizable, and just slightly more mysterious than a baby pig probably should be. Grampy Rabbit. Here's another strange detail Peppa Pig never bothers to explain. Grampy Rabbit is bursting with energy, barking out lunges and squats like a toddler boot camp instructor, which makes it even weirder when he casually mentions he's over 100 years old. In the episode Sea Treasure, a letter written by a child decades ago is found in a bottle, and when Peppa rings the number on it, Grampy Rabbit explains,
"But I must have thrown that bottle into the sea 100 years ago."
Which immediately raises a few problems, because this is the same Grampy who's strong enough to lead gym class, flexible enough to demonstrate exercises, and energetic enough to keep up with a group of toddlers without needing a lie down. He's not slow, he's not fragile, he's not even mildly tired, and he's doing better than most of the parents. And then there's the rocket. Because if Grampy Rabbit being over a century old wasn't strange enough, in the episode Space Adventure, he also owns, and freely operates, a rocket capable of going into space. And Grampy Rabbit pilots the whole thing like it's a Sunday drive, which begs the question, how long has he had this rocket, and what else has he been doing for the last 100 years? Because at this point, Grampy Rabbit isn't just a grandparent, he's either secretly immortal, tired super genius, or the most under-questioned character in the entire show. The glitter. We need to talk about the glitter. Yes, you heard that right. That shiny little art supply is supposed to make birthday cards look sparkly and fun. But in Peppa Pig's world, it's a controlled substance. Madame Gazelle doesn't just dislike glitter, she locks it away in a vault, like it's gold or government secrets. And this isn't just a one-time gag. In multiple episodes, she refuses to allow glitter.
No,
Glitter gets everywhere.
She only lets the kids use it if absolutely necessary, and even then, you can see the panic in her eyes. Let's not forget the time she actually opened the vault and unleashed a full glitter apocalypse. It covered the classroom, the walls, the children, and possibly time itself. It's treated with more caution than fire or scissors, which raises the question, what did glitter do to her? Did it ruin her carpets in 1982? Did she inhale too much during her vampire phase? Or is it because Madame Gazelle might be centuries old and glitter is her one weakness? Like garlic, but shinier. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. In Peppa Pig, glitter isn't fun, it's forbidden. Super Potato's powers. Here's a strange detail nobody ever questions. Why can Super Potato fly, but Mr. Potato can't even jump? Yes, there are two talking potatoes in Peppa Pig. Mr. Potato is the regular one, the fitness celebrity who hosts fun runs and occasionally collapses during them. Super Potato, he wears a cape, zips through the sky, and apparently has actual superpowers. But the show never explains any of this. Is Super Potato just a fictional character inside Peppa's world? Also, why does no one find this weird? If vegetables can develop flight and super strength, what else are we not being told? Was he part of some radioactive potato experiment? Or is magic real in Peppa's universe and nobody's bothered to mention it? And the biggest mystery of all, why doesn't Mr. Potato get any of these powers? Same species, same face, same voice. One can fly, the other needs a taxi. It makes no sense. The Pig Family. And now for the weirdest detail in the entire show. There is only one pig family in Peppa Pig. Just let that sink in. Peppa's world is absolutely packed with animal families. Rabbits, elephants, ponies, foxes, you name it. Multiple families, cousins, twins, but pigs. Just the one. There are no other pig kids at school, no other pig mums pushing prams, no suspiciously familiar looking pig dads working at the DIY shop, and it's just Peppa's family, living in total isolated pigdom. In fact, the only other pig we ever hear about is Auntie Dottie, who doesn't even live in the country. It's like the whole family was shipped in from somewhere else, and then left entirely alone. And yet nobody in the show finds this strange. Even when they go to a festival full of random animals, still no pigs. Even in the background of crowd scenes, not a snout in sight. There's a theory that Peppa's family are the last pigs left in the world, and that the town's TV station is following them like an endangered species on a documentary. It would explain a lot: the constant cameras, the special treatment, the suspiciously clean house for a family that jumps in muddy puddles. It might even explain why Auntie Dottie moved abroad to repopulate the pigs somewhere else. So now we have to ask, is Peppa Pig actually a children's show or a government conservation project? Because if Peppa is the last of her kind, the stakes just got a lot higher. So after all that, you have to ask, what else is going on in Peppa's world? What other strange details are hiding in plain sight? Because if this is what we caught just rewatching a few episodes, imagine what's still hidden in the background. So go ahead, rewatch, zoom in, overanalyze, and comment below with the weirdest detail you spotted. We would love to hear about them. And if you want more Peppa Pig theories, hidden details, and things the show definitely wants you to notice, check out our other videos on the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.